Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Debbie and I make art videos. So I recently rediscovered this gigantic sketchbook that I own, and I don't even know how old it is at this point, but I bought it way back in the day when I was going to animation school, and I barely used it. So I ripped out all the pages that I had used, and I thought that we could make a series out of this, some explorations in this giant sketchbook. So recently I realized that I can't draw cats very well, not from memory, and I find that if you want to cartoon something, then you gotta look at the real thing so that you know how to manipulate it later. So I decided I would do a cat's page. So I started this cat spread standing up, and I think I should have stayed standing up, so that would have forced me to make bigger motions. If you ever find that you are cramped up drawing, try a different position, and standing will make you use more of your body. And that's why when you go to a life drawing session, if you've ever been, or if you're curious about it, you're often standing. It helps you use your whole arm as opposed to just your wrist, you know? I've been really into this orange Prismacolor pencil. I usually use colored pencils to draw with instead of doing colored pencil paintings. I've tried it once or twice and I really should practice, but I love drawing with them. They're so creamy and yeah, it's a nice texture. So I'm just going through my Pinterest board for cats. It's a really big board. If you want some cat pictures, check it out. And I'm just picking out pictures that I like and either drawing them more straightforward or cartoonifying them a little bit, but with some reference. It helps me position the features and stuff. I'm really allergic to cats, so I don't get to hang out with them very much. And I realize that I don't really get what their face looks like. I have 2 dogs, and I find that when I'm trying to draw cats from memory, if it's not just your basic little, cat drawing, they end up looking like dogs. So this is for me to get better at it. I think sometimes it's hard to extrapolate from a photograph, what you're looking at. So if you ever have problems trying to draw something that's in 3 dimensions in a photograph, it's in 3 dimensions, right? So I often look up anatomical drawings or somebody's own study of the object or the thing that I'm trying to learn, and just seeing it in a basic line form where the forms are broken down really simplifies it and helps my brain understand. And I think it's probably helpful for everyone. So my initial intention was to draw big and get maybe 5 cats on there, but then I started getting smaller and smaller, and I ended up putting way too much on the page, and that was a lot of surface area, so I kind of run out of gas at the end of it. But I did do a few gouache paintings and painted in some more cartoony things. So I used to have this dried gouache palette that I made, and I painstakingly mixed all these different colors, and it was beautiful. It is beautiful. I'll show you what it looks like. But it turns out that I mixed some of the colors with acrylic gouache white. I didn't realize I had an acrylic gouache white, and so it doesn't reactivate very well at all, which is a bummer. So I bought this cheap plastic palette, like a big plastic palette from Michaels, and I've just put some dollops of different colors that I use often on there, and this has kind of been my go-to dry gouache palette. I really like it. I always have like a little dropper. You can get these at art supply stores, and I have a little mister of some sort, and they're just like always near me when I'm doing any kind of painting, and I find them great for reactivating dried media. So I use them all the time with my watercolor pans, and I use it like this as well. I think this is a really good, very affordable option of putting together a dried watercolor palette. I like having all this surface area, but if you don't need all the surface area for mixing, you could always use a smaller palette. And I just try not to get it dirty, trying to keep it covered and stuff, but I find it really handy. And part of me just wants things to be easy access, and that way I'll use them more. So right now, this is working really well for me. So as you can see, I didn't quite get through all the drawings, but I have them there and I can always go back to them. Next time I will work larger so that I don't have so many things to finish. And if you want to see that one little cat, the little tabby, I guess they're both tabbies, the one little tabby near the center of the sketchbook spread, I did make a short about that cat. This was fun. I hope you liked it. If you have any ideas of what we should do in this gigantic sketchbook, let me know, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye, guys.